And good morning, yeah. Today is June 14th. It's a bit cloudy out, but it's not raining, so that's great. Hopefully it'll be good farmer's market today, so let's go get set up. Let's check out the pig paddock, see how they're doing with it over here. Make sure it's not gonna get too torn up. I got some good sized little ruts in there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close it off though. I really just need to trim this grass down. I don't know, I mean there's still a lot in here, but I also don't want it all to look like this. So considering we have been getting rain and we're gonna probably get a little more later today, probably best to close it off and I'll give them a new section. Howdy, yeah. Today is June 15th. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Currently moving the chickens' net. They always love a good net move, so they are now at the back of the property. That's not gonna be fun. They're probably gonna find a lot of bugs in that tall stuff and not wanna go back. Probably have to leave the fence open for a little bit, but I need to take down this one here. The other one's already pretty much set at this point, so it'll take a little bit longer. Wow, I must say I'm impressed. I have a Cornish cross up on the little roost bar there. I can't remember, I think they're 6 weeks old. I'm not sure. I have to go look at the calendar, but they're getting pretty close. I think most all the chickens are in except two. It's a rooster and a Rhode Island red. They're being kind of stupid. Every time I come over and lift the net up, they run, so I don't know. Probably just have to leave it open. I actually closed it off because I had most of them, but let's see if they'll be smart enough. Currently lifted up. All right, I believe all the chickens are up at this point. I will check later. I have the net closed once more. I don't see any, so I think we're all good there. So next, I don't know where to start. I have so much to do. I'll probably hop in a beehive. Well, the bees were getting a little crazy. It looked like a bunch just hatched, so there's a ton around the hive. So I'm gonna wait a little longer. And right now I'm working in the garden and pruning up all the tomatoes. Gonna start working on stringing them up. But a lot of my black creme are starting to turn, so you can see we're getting that nice reddish purple color all the way down. Howdy, yeah. Today is June 16th. I had one chicken outside of the net, so I tried to get her in. She's being stupid and running around, so she can just stay out. But when I was walking back, I did look at the apple and pear trees, and I actually have a pear. I didn't see that earlier, so we'll see if I get it or the bugs or birds get it first, but that's exciting. The apple still looks pretty good, but my day freed up a little more than I thought it would today, so I'm gonna spend a lot of time in the garden stringing up tomatoes and putting down mulch. I got a little done on the tomatoes. So far, I like it. We'll see how it goes when they get a little bigger. This one was kind of awkward because this plant was quite a bit smaller than the other two around it. So I tried to leave some slack here so that way I can move the tomato up through it as it grows. We'll see how that goes, but still plenty more to work on. Pardon the noise, neighbor is still working on the pond over there. It's a lot going on over there. But anyways, my mom is getting some stuff done on her half of the garden. She's got another couple rows down working on some mulch now. She's gonna lay out some more today. I've got all my tomatoes strung up at this point, which is a nice feeling. I also weeded the entire left side here all the way down, and I moved the mulch over so it wouldn't flip up that weed cloth, so that's a good feeling. Still a lot left to do, but I'm tired of being on my hands and knees for an hour or two, so I'm gonna take a break and let's go over and check on the bees and see if we have any honey in the super. Not quite a full honey super just yet. They've got the middle two frames worked out with some capped honey, but pretty much empty and everything else. So they're filling it up, just taking a little time. And then I did a quick peek in that left hive there, and they used to only cover 4 frames. Now they're starting to creep out to 6, so they are slowly getting bigger. Howdy y'all, today is June 17th. I just finished cracking both of these hives open. Good news is we now have plenty of brood in this hive, so that is great to see. And then this hive over here is looking really good. It is full of bees, but I want to see a little bit more in that top box before I put a super on. They're just now starting to put some stuff in there, so they look great. Like I said, tons of bees. It's really nice. I can't believe it, but I actually snuck out here right past the pig hut and the pigs didn't wake up. Usually they always wake up and they're bugging me while I'm trying to do this. But I'm gonna go ahead and move paddocks. I got it all weed-eated, and then I'm gonna move them over to this next section here. Yesterday I opened just a little bit up front for them, and they ate it down pretty good. It's really nice that they're good grass eaters and they don't really tear too much up. This got a little more torn up, but this is the worst they've ever done on the ground, so I mean that's pretty good. They really like eating the grass, but I'm gonna go ahead, pound this in, and open up a new section. All right, new section is all set up, so they got plenty of room in here that they can mess around in. They'll be pleasantly surprised when they wake up. It looks like something came and chewed off one of my peppers, so I'm not real happy about that, but they're doing good. I have tons of peppers on here, so I will have those ready for Saturday. All right, y'all, let's go check out this swarm. Got all the frames in the box. I've kind of been letting the bees just chill out a little bit. I have a frame of old honey up there so that we can kind of get all the stragglers. I'll dump this box out again and put that frame in there. When I was putting them in, there's a ton of bees, ton of honey, but there's no brood, no eggs. So this very well could be a queenless swarm. So I'll probably have to wind up moving over a frame of eggs sometime tomorrow just to get these guys going. All right, time to move the bees to their new location. I didn't put a queen excluder on this one. It was sealed up pretty good, so let's go pop them in. The bees have been relocated, so I'll probably leave them alone for at least 24 hours. And then we'll check on them. I want to double check and make sure on the brood if there's a queen or not. I'm thinking there's not one in there, but we shall see. It's pretty woody back there, so I'm just wearing the bee suit for spiders at this point. There's a lot of low-hanging branches, and I would probably have a heart attack if I ran into a big old web. So anyways, yeah, we'll check on them here in a day. I did unfortunately get my first sting of the year getting that swarm. It was dark. When you're working bees at night, it's better to use a red light. With white light like this, they can see it and they'll go for it. And I was holding my phone light and one got me on my right thigh. Ooh, that one burned. So it's swelling up already. I can feel it kind of turning into a little bit of a knot, so I'll feel that tomorrow. But you know, bee stings are actually good for you, I hear. So there's been studies saying beekeepers live longer. They help with like killing breast cancer cells, supposedly, arthritis, all sorts of things. So it hurts, but good for you. Howdy, y'all. Today is June 18th. It looks like that storm's gonna hold off for a few more hours. So I don't have too much more weeding to do, so I'm gonna finish up this little bit of corn here. A little hobbled up. That bee sting swelled up pretty good, but I think after I get moving it'll be all right. It's a big old knot though, that's for sure. You can kind of see it through my jeans, but right in here is just a huge knot. Doesn't feel very good. My leg is starting to swell up even more, so it seems like the more I move, it's not loosening up, it's only getting worse. So I better hurry and do chores before I can't walk. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. We have a nasty storm coming in a little bit, so I don't want the coops flying away. So I'm going to go ahead and stake down the meat bird coop and a couple others a little better. Well, chickens always find a way to die. Even when you think you make things foolproof for them, they always find a way to test it. So on my nesting box that I had made, the nesting box dividers, and then against the back wall, there was the tiniest of little cracks. And the chicken somehow reached its head all the way up to the top. Maybe it freaked out or something, I don't know, spooked it. And then it slid down into that crack and it couldn't get its head out. So it died. I did fix the problem. Let me attempt to show you. So on the inside there's nesting boxes and there's dividers in here. This board was kind of old and warped and it was pulling out, so it left, you know, that much space between the divider and this back wall, and that chicken somehow got up there, slid its neck down in there and couldn't get out and died. So all I did was run some screws and washers in here, so that sucked that back up tight, so that way the dividers are right up against that back there. Very unfortunate. I hate it when that happens. Luckily, it doesn't happen often. So we've already got some tornado warnings in Illinois, West Illinois, and it's heading this way. So this coop flew away in the last tornado. Luckily, I didn't have any birds in it. This time I do. I just don't want it flying away again. So we've got T-post pounded in. We've also got some wire wrapped around connecting it to the coop, because last time it lifted off the T-post and flipped up and then rolled. So hopefully this will help keep it a little better. Sorry, the wind is probably horrific, but it feels really good, but not good for recording. And then just got T-post pounded in between the coops here, just getting the front poles locked in. All right, y'all, the storm passed. There was a tornado warning. I know there was a funnel cloud, but I'm not sure if it actually touched down or not. But I have 6 coops out there, so I'm happy. However, my hoop coop got a little shredded from all the wind. But it so far looks like that's all the damage. I'll go look at the garden here in a minute. But it is what it is. We'll check in here real quick. My leg is still super swollen, but mobile, so that's good. Plants got watered, so it's probably gonna have to redo that one anyway. It's not a huge deal. I got a couple chairs knocked over by the fire pit, but all in all, looks like came out pretty unscathed. It looks like all my trees are standing. Beehives are still there. While I'm out here, I am gonna plug in this heat lamp for little chicks. They're already getting so big, but it did cool off. The humidity's kind of rising back up again. Filled that water trough back up, a little muddy at Piggies. Actually, I think they're 2 months old today. I have to go look at the calendar, but I used to think they only drank from that. And then one day I saw one hop in there and just relax. So they enjoy that. They don't really have clean drinking water when they do that, but they should be good out here as far as pasture since I just moved them yesterday. We definitely got some rain, but it's not completely terrible just yet. So there's another little front moving through later. I see part of the fence is down, so I'm gonna limp my way out and get that fixed. All right, all is good out there. There's a beautiful cloud right over the barn. Really big, fluffy, just pure white. Really pretty. I'm gonna mosey over to the garden now and see what's up. My leg's kind of loosening up a little bit. Sometimes the more I walk on it, at least for maybe 30 minutes, it feels better. And then after that, it just starts throbbing like crazy. But when I first got stung, the little welt was about the size of a dime. And then when I woke up this morning, it was about the size of the palm of my hand. Currently, it is larger than fingertip to bottom of my palm. It is a really huge welt on my leg. So I've heard things where some beekeepers, the more they get stung, the more immune they are to it. I've also heard of others where the more they get stung, the worse reaction they get every time. I don't know if I'm in that category or not. Honestly, I may have gotten stung twice because when I initially got stung, it hurt for a solid 20 seconds. I stepped off for 30 seconds and then just got back to work. And then, you know, a few seconds later, man, just that intense burn happened right again in the same-ish spot. So I don't know if that was just one really bad sting or two stings. So I'm not sure, but it doesn't feel real great at the moment. In the garden now, it looks like a few of my tomatoes are a bit windblown. It looks like they're kind of pointing north, but for the most part, it looks like everything survived. I'll need to pick that one up. Looks like some of my corn's flat. My beets over there aren't real happy. They're a little flat. A lot of things over there are flat. A lot of my viney things fell off. And all my tomatoes that I thought I would have for Saturday, my black crim, they're all starting to crack because of so much rain. So, I will probably wind up eating most all those myself. Even that one's got a good split in it, so that's a bummer. But at least I can enjoy them. Let's see, my cucuzzi here. That one fell off. Hopefully it didn't snap. It looks okay. So far, so good. I had a couple volunteer tomatoes. I'm just gonna let do their thing, because why not? The more the merrier. But all that looks, you know, pretty good considering. So, not complaining there. My corn patch here, I've weeded it twice, and the corn is very slowly surpassing the weeds, but not by much. Oh no, that doesn't look good. These are my big ones. I think a stone or T-post got moved off. Hopefully that one's okay. The plants are good. These were the ones that were growing the opposite direction and the wind just flipped them over, but it looks like they're doing okay. They're just a little blown looking. Same with the cucumbers. I don't think anything actually snapped, so I think we're in the clear there. Over here, I'm surprised my peppers, especially these ones that are loaded down, didn't snap, but looks like all this stuff will be just fine. It's just blown over. You can tell that wind was whipping pretty hard. My carrots are flat. My corn's leaning a little bit, but nothing we can't recover from. Howdy, today is June 19th, I think. Pretty sure it's the 19th. It is gorgeous out. I feel like I've just been a bum laying around all day. My leg feels a little better. The swelling's gone down, but that red patch is it's huge. I mean, it's like 2 widths of my hand now. It kind of wraps around the back of my leg. So yeah, we'll see how much I get done today. At least I don't have to move chicken coops, so that'll make chores a little faster. But I do want to get some weeding done and some planting done. It feels so good out. There's a little light breeze, no humidity, partly sunny. It is gorgeous out. So I've got to grab some eggs. That's why that bucket's laying there. Still working on water. The hose doesn't reach out all this way, and I don't really want to keep walking water back and forth. So I'm using the mower. This poor old egg. But it's feeling better today, that's for sure. So chores are about done. I do want to work on a nesting box out here for just a little bit. It feels so good out. There's a little breeze, it's cool, it's so nice. I did some weeding on the cucumbers and I got another 10 planted, basically up until right there. So I'll wait for a little longer on this, just kind of space it out. Hopefully tomorrow my leg will be 100% and get back on mulching and putting some more of this weed cloth down and getting that going. But for now, I'm going to start weeding the sweet melons and planting the next batch of them. The garden's looking really good. I'm really happy with where it's at, but at this point, it's just getting more mulch down tomorrow. I think I have enough weed cloth. I'm going to reuse some from last year and just double it up because there's holes all in it. I might need to order another roll, but I do have a lot of junk just laying around, so we'll see.